You're listening to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive. Sneezing my goddamn brains out. All right, here we go. DeaconLive coming up right now.
Live.
From the Queen City studio.
With the Deacon live.
Right now.
Ready?
Yes.
Hey guys, welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prop Radio. My name's the Deacon. Give us a call at the station at 407-448-8800. Texas Live at any time in the Queen City studio located just outside of downtown Charlotte, North Carolina, in a small little town we like to call Marshville at 407-448-8800. And don't forget to like us on our social networks and stuff. If you're listening to us on Prophet Radio, you can see the scroll of all our social network feeds. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and thank you for all our Patreon supporters out there. What you're getting, if you're a Patreon subscriber, you are getting the behind the scenes, and I'm talking way behind the scenes, good stuff. I get bad phone calls. We have a section there called bad phone calls. I get phone calls all the time from salespeople, and you just want to sit there and go, stop calling me, and you want to cuss them out. Well, fortunately, I record every single conversation I have with these people, and I try to keep them on hold, and I play different characters and give them funny names and stuff. So if you want to hear those, or it costs $2 a month, and I usually post anywhere from 6 to 8 a month. So you're getting your money's worth just listening to that, and they're probably anywhere from a minute to 3 minutes long, depending on our conversation. And there's other stuff, video and things, and the price tiers go from there. So we are... always, you know what? I haven't done this in a while. I always do this. Beginning of the show to get the blood flowing. You ready? Big stretch. Oh, God. Oh, sciatica. I've got a guy that I'm one of my drivers at work. He's having bad problems with his back. And I was trying to, you've heard several episodes before, several podcasts before, about me. I got a Purple mattress, and I'd like to thank the sponsors of Purple Mattress for doing what they do for the station here. And I sleep like a baby. Sleep like a baby on my Purple mattress. Now, we got the upgraded one. They show you the basic one, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. But we got the upgraded one. And the way I explained it to him, you're going to have bad back pain no matter what. Unless you fix that itself, you're always going to have it. But when you lay on the mattress, I have no pain. If you're watching the video, which will be posted here shortly, you got your spine and your vertebrae and stuff, and I've got one that's kind of sitting like this. And so I've been to chiropractors. I've done the dry needling and stuff. Worked great, worked miracles. But it tends to slip back. I guess it's slip back as a slip disc. So it doesn't put me out. It just slows me down just a little bit, which is no big deal. I'm not complaining. Please believe me, I'm not complaining. I got however many acreage farm here I got to take care of, and I do it on a daily basis. I'm out there, driving the tractor and shoveling rocks and mud, and we've had a big rainy season. So Purple mattress, I said, I sleep fine. I have no pain. There's no pressure points on the bed. Then you sit up. What do you do? How do you get out of bed? You kind of swing your legs over to the side of the bed, and then you sit up, and then you kind of push down on the mattress to get out. And then that's where the pain starts. That's where the pain starts. As soon as you get off that Purple mattress, the pain starts of whatever that you left the night before. But laying on the mattress itself, if you have problems sleeping, back pains, shoulder pains and whatnot, Purple mattress, great mattress to sleep on just to eliminate. So you can get a good night's sleep. Good night's sleep. And it doesn't get hot. Believe me, does not get hot. You would think with that type of mattress does not get hot at all. Oh, I will swear by it. So, you guys doing okay? What do we got? A couple days left before everyone's New Year's resolution or whatever they do goes to shit. That's coming up. I think what they say, like 3 weeks in, 3 weeks to the new year, everyone goes, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna train. I'm gonna get slimmer. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna cuss. God damn it! Oh shit! Oh fuck! I'm already shit. Fuck! It's a loop. I'm fucking shitting. But you're all your New Year's resolution, and you do good. You do well. And I'm telling you, it's my conspiracy theory. Because what happens? All the federal people off anyways because of the furlough and the government shutdown. But here comes Martin Luther King's, it's a federal holiday, and that's a 3-day weekend for people. And then, what do? They go, screw this, I'm not going to work. I'm going to party, Sunday night I'm going to party because I got Monday off. Or whenever, I don't know what day it actually falls on. Well, I know what day it falls on, Martin Luther King Day. But it's a 3-day weekend, and what do? You have barbecues on Sunday, and you eat and you pig out and stuff, and then that's it. Out the door. There goes your diet. There goes your, I'll start next month. And what happens there? I know. And drinking my show beer, if you're watching this on the cam. 15 cameras in here on one guy. A little excessive, but I'll take it. So, your New Year's resolutions, get ready to go right down the crapper. And so, and then here comes Valentine's Day and so on and so forth. I don't want to sound repetitive, but stay with me because, I'm going to prove you, if you stay with me through the whole year, you're going to figure out that it's correct. It's a conspiracy. And this is not a conspiracy show. And one thing that I don't understand, I do understand. Let me take that back. There are podcasts that are out there that do like what they call quote unquote seasons. Like you're watching Chris Lee Knows Best or whatever show that has a season. There's 14 episodes or 13 episodes. This podcast, and they're 10 and out. They do 10 one-hour episodes and then they're out and they're gone for a month, and then everyone kind of has to suck on those 10 episodes. Hopefully they're good. Whatever episode, the Ghost Tales of the Haunted Crypt Cabin of Massachusetts. And you're like, ooh, that sounds good. And 10, 30-minute episodes. And you're like, all right, you go on a long road trip and you're done. And then that's done. And what do you do from there? You can't do anything. God almighty, that show beer came through. Did you hear that? Holy mackerel. I apologize. It's been a long day. But this podcast, DeaconLive, is continuous. Continuous all day long. You can pick it up anywhere. I might talk about something that we talked about 3 shows back or find out what happened here and find out anyways, it's continuous. You can pick us up anytime. It's a continuous podcast. And we appreciate you. And if you want to get more involved, there are ways to do that as well. So Facebook is out there, and they're going to start showing you how fat and old you're getting, I guess. How do you start the new year off with that? When you have New Year's resolutions and New Year's goals and those type things, look how you aged on Facebook. What a shot in the fucking beaver that is. What is that? That's horrible. It's a challenge? That shows, look how much weight you've gained in the last, 10, I'm going to say 10 years because everyone that's posted on there, I think the earliest I saw was 2009, 2008 to now. So 10, 11 years. And then they go back, some of the people, when they first post, they're showing pictures of themselves in high school. And then, they graduated in 87 and they, pictures of them now. Well, no shit. You would hope that God forbid, you do change or don't change, You're going to sit there and look at me. You're going to look at me and be the same person that you were in high school? You know what? I didn't like you in high school. I kind of like you now. And that's a fact. There's people on my Facebook page I didn't care for in high school. And then you see that they've gone through life and they've experienced things, and whether good or bad or up or down or whatever, and they have. And I've grown to respect a lot more people, of course, as you get older, because you get smarter, you get wiser as you get older. So that's what they're doing now on Facebook. But who came up with that? I don't know where it started. You can call me here at the station, 407-448-8800 at any time, or text me. If you don't want to call or go on the air, just text me, 407-448-8800. And tell me what you think. And I'll read your little text there live here on the air. And don't forget, on the Proper Radio website, down the bottom right-hand side, is a little section called Be Heard. It's a little blue tab. You just click on that. Microphone opens up on your screen. You record a little voicemail, shoots it right here. That's it. I don't have to do anything. Shoots it right here, and then you can listen back and, hey, it was on the radio, blah, blah. So that whole how does Facebook age? How does Facebook age you? You know what? It doesn't. And I'm going to dive a little bit more into that when we come back, because there's so much crap out there. If you're part of my Facebook, double-edged sword, right? If you're part of my Facebook friends list or the feed and stuff, I always post about 15 minutes before I go live on the air, little Facebook Live. And I tried one of the filters, and the filters I tried sucked. And so when we come back, I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And we're also going to get into, I got a new toy. I say I got a new toy. I got a toy for my birthday. For the holidays, because they're kind of crammed together. I want to talk about that and how disappointed I am on the path that happened with the toy that I've got. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Just call at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at the Queen City studio located just outside of Charlotte in a small little town we like to call Marshville. At 407-448-8800. And make sure you follow us on our social networks and stuff. And I was talking earlier about the purple mattress, and actually the guy heard me and called the station. Shane, you're on the line. You're live on the air on Deacon Live. What's wrong with your back there?
It's broken.
It's broken. Hold on, I got to turn your volume up so everyone can fucking hear you. All right. It's broken. Why is your back broken?
Well, it's the nature of my job. It's the guy that I work for is a slave driver, and what's that thing that the stockade? Where they put the guy's neck and his hands in the wooden block.
Yes.
Is that what that's called?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he puts me in that every morning when I get there, and I stay humped over all day long, and it's finally taking its toll on my back. But I heard about this purple mattress. If you lay down on that, then everything's fine.
Well, like I said, you lay on it and you can sleep for the night. But the rest of, as soon as you leave the security of the purple mattress, you still have those problems. So if you go to bed as a crackhead and you sleep good and you wake up, you're still a crackhead.
Well, maybe I can talk them into letting me bring the mattress to work.
Yeah, you could. Now, Shane, are you on Facebook? Do you have a Facebook page and all that?
I do.
Have you seen that whole what's the new trend that's going out? I mean, it's a horrible way to start the new year. How did you age or something like that? What is that going on? Have you seen?
I've seen it. You post your very first picture that you ever posted to Facebook.
Right.
When you first opened your Facebook account.
Uh-huh.
And then you post a current picture to see how old and ugly you've gotten.
Well, I know, and that's the thing. And why would you start the new year out with something like that?
Because it's a depressing world.
It is depressing because here you are, you're making your New Year's resolutions, and I'm going to be skinnier. I'm going to take care of myself. Here's and then here's the how fat and ugly do you look in the last 10 years? And everyone's posting these things. What gets me is everyone's posting. Here I am at 13 years old, and now I'm 56. I'm like, whoa, you put on a lot of weight since then.
Well, maybe that earlier picture is something to shoot for. You can regress back to your younger years.
Yeah,
if you can look that way.
Now here's the problem. I don't know if you saw the Facebook Live post that I did, but there's so many filters now on all the Snap filters and Snapchat and Snap this and filter that you show the original picture of you, highlights and some fake contacts in your eyes, and then all of a sudden the 2019 picture is this smooth complexion and your makeup's perfect and your hair's perfect. It looks like you had $100,000 some odd dollars worth of freaking work done, and you're like, oh look how much I've improved myself, and everyone's like going, bullshit. You are fat. You are just the pop mark that, when Jimmy Valentine punched you in the face, you still have that scar above your eyebrow there, Lucy. So.
Wow, that's harsh.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna do a Benjamin Button. I'm gonna post my current picture first and my first picture last.
Yeah,
so
but
it looks like I'm getting younger.
You look like a man, baby.
I'm getting younger. I'm going backwards.
Oh.
So in 20 years, I'll post a picture and I'll be a baby.
Now, whoever decided to do that was a horrible idea to start out the new year. They should do that. You know what? they took the wrong month to start that. They should have done that in November, December. And then that would have been a big push for the new year.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's somebody that's fresh off of plastic surgery and wants to show off their new face.
Right, or new boobs or whatever.
Yeah, well, there's no nudity on Facebook, is there?
Well, in some places. Shane, anything else you want to add to the show before I let you go? Do whatever you got to do, get your sciatic nerve rotated?
No, just I appreciate everything you're doing over there at the radio station. The show's great, and everybody keep listening.
All right, Shane. Talk to you later. See you in the morning.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Shane, one of the guys I work with, one of my drivers that I work with, just outside of Charlotte, not my real job, but my current job that I have over there. You can give us a call at the station too. God, you know what it is? I'm burping. I ate like a piece of pepperoni. And I think the beer, my show beer, is interfering with my pepperoni. Give us a call at the station at 407-448-8800 at any time. So, yeah, I want to talk the filters. I mean, that's cheating. It's horrible. It's not fair. It's not fair. You're not playing on a fair ground. It's kind of like, remember when HD TV came out and original TV came out, the tube TVs, the tube TVs were what we had. So you had the tube TVs, and you had all the newscasters and stuff, and you're looking at Bob Opsahl and Wendy Chioji and all these other people that are on the network, and then all of a sudden HD came out, and you saw everyone. I mean, literally, boom, boom, boom. People were getting let go left and right because HD TV was so detailed. They're like going, holy Jesus, everyone's disgusting. Pop marks, like I said, on Lucy's scar on her forehead. But they let a lot of people go. I don't want to say because of that, because of HD TV, but now everyone's got filters. Everyone's got filters on the Facebook. So yeah, it's the world we live in. The world we live in to look perfect and pretty and things that go with that. So I have a new toy. I have a new toy that my wife got me, and I tooth and nail I fought to get this toy because I can't dedicate enough time to play with this toy. And when I do, I like to I don't want to say I don't have any social interaction with people. I do on a daily basis. I do. But it's the same. You get into a rut. That's why people go out to dinners. That's why people go out to nightclubs and meet new people and interact and see what, other people are doing in life. I mean, that's the community of human nature. But I get stuck in a rut. And I only see the same, I say 100 faces every day, but the same 100 faces sounds like a lot, but the same 100 faces every day are going to say the exact same jokes or the exact same thing every day, and you just kind of go, ugh, somebody shoot me in the head, please kill me. So my release, my expansion has been PlayStation. I've had PlayStation since the number one came out. The first one came out. PlayStation came out. Been playing with that. One of my favorite games. I wish they'd redo it or revamp it or re-release it. Can you release it? You can release it and then I don't know. I'm getting into a wormhole there. Is Final Fantasy VII. And, of course, Final Fantasy VIII coming along, and then it just went downhill after that. Show beer. So my wife bought me. I fought tooth and nail. It came out PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 came out. And I said, no, I don't have the time today. I'd like the PlayStation 3 because it was the first one that worked for me. It had DVD player on it. You can get Netflix on it. You can do all the apps and stuff and download that. You can play online for free. The graphics were pretty good. I mean, I was happy with it. I was satisfied with it. I could, tell all this stuff. But eventually, of course, as time grows on and technology increases and evolves, the PlayStation 3, I don't want to say it's become null and void because every time I play, I play the Call of Duty things, the bang bang shoot 'em ups. I see people, it shows you all the dots on the map of everyone that's playing this game, and now it's the people mostly in Europe. And it's funny when I play it, there's people, depending on what time of day you play it, So Saturday morning at like 7:30, you get all the French people because you can hear them on the headphones. I play with the headphones on, so I don't, disturb the fam. And and that is all I learned from my first year in French. But you get all these foreigners that play on there, and then as the day goes on, then you get the crew, of people in the United States that get up at 10 or get on at 10, and they're playing, and you can hear them go, sit down. No, stop hitting your sister with it, and that's all the conversation. Conversation you hear, and then as the night goes on, and so on and so forth. So my wife bought me PlayStation 4 this year. This year for my Christmas gift, she bought me PlayStation 4. Fought tooth and nail. I think it was like $6,000 when it first came out, and now it's down to $299 or $250 with a game or whatever it is. And played it, hooked it up, love it. I started playing because I tell myself I'm going to play the story, the Call of Duty story. I got the World War II thing. I'll play the story, and then I'll play the online game. So I have some social interaction with other people. That's, I know, it's a small little thing, small little world that I live in, but that's what I live in, and my world suits me just fine. So I get that exterior social network contact through the PlayStation, because it's fun. You can sit there and go, hey, F you and the A, and hey, screw you, because, well, whatever my name is on thing. Oh, Mumblepeg. I'll put that out there, Mumblepeg. And you can, if you want to play with me, sure, look me up. So, was playing the game and doing the World War II Call of Duty, and I said, you know what, let's try something. Let's go online. And when I come back from the break, I'm going to tell you what happened when I decided to go online. On the bottom of the Prophet Radio website, and you can leave us a message. Comes right here to the station, and we'll play it on the air, and we'll talk about you too. How about that? And we thank all your supporters out there on the Patreon. And you can get all the inside information. And a little is $2 a month. I think there's a $1 a month. So $1 a month, you get some funny laughs. It's cheaper than Netflix. It's like 13 times cheaper, whatever the multi thing. Netflix is $13 a month. I think they're bumping that up. I think $1 a month is pretty funny for a couple episodes of DeaconLive off script. Not that we're scripted, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So if you're watching this, I got the show beer cam. The big video here. It's the show beer cam. I got to get a sponsor on that. So if you want to sponsor the show beer cam, you can look at that on our YouTube page. Again, social network. Blah, blah, blah. Cha-cha-cha. So I got a PlayStation 4. My wife bought me for Christmas, and play it, love it. I'm a big PlayStation person. I've always been my whole entire life. Xbox, I think, came in a little bit too late for me to get on board with that, and I'm not going to bore you with all the details. I just don't like the Xbox controller. That's the only reason why I don't go with Xbox. But Trav, you can buy the thing with the controller and the thing. No, I don't care. Don't want it. I don't care. I'm going on to something else. So I played the PlayStation 4 and went to get online. Click on go online, play whatever multiplayer, and they want me to pay for pay. You want moi to pay to be online? Now, just to let you know, for all those out there who have the PlayStation, you never had to pay. It was free. Get online, bang bang, shoot 'em up, call someone a dick sucking, cock mucking shit fucker, and then click off and go somewhere else. Get into another room and go in there and click on. But there's a lot of cheating in there. That's fine. I don't care. If you want to cheat, if that's what you got to do, if your penis is that small, you got to cheat to play on to win the game and do the whole Moab and all that stuff. That's fine. I just go to another room. I mean, I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, but Xbox, has been charging people yearly, monthly, annual, whatever that they do now. PlayStation's getting on board with that. So I am caught in the web of now. I haven't paid for it now because I got to finish the game first. I got to finish the Call of Duty World War II game first. It might take me 2 months to finish the game because I don't play it that often. So why would I spend the $50 or $60 for the whole year and the first 2 months not play the game? So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with the PlayStation. Whoops. I did something. I did something I didn't want to do. So I got to continue doing this. I hit a wrong button somewhere. Forgive me. I'm only human. And speaking of being human, I think a human actually should be. You guys want? You know what the Oscars are? Do you guys watch the Oscars? Does anyone watch those award shows anymore? I mean, I know in a certain communities are watching them, and certain communities live and die by the Oscars. I know what the Oscars are. But at what time did it change from the Academy Awards show to the Oscars? I don't know when that happened. It's the same thing. Did you know that was the same Academy Award winning, Academy nominated, Academy this, Academy that, and then next week the Oscars, and you're like going, all right, I want to watch the Academy Awards show. I don't care about the Oscars. Well, dummy, it's the same thing. And I say, well, dummy, I'm talking to myself. I had no idea that both were the exact same thing. And so I'm looking online. I'm like, going, what's it? I know what a Tony is. That's for plays, theater plays, and a Grammy's for music. And what's the other one? Academy Award, Oscar, EGOT, Grammy, Academy. I forget what they are. You know what EGOT is? And EGOT is, hold on, let me spell it out. EGOT. Hold on, fucking pen works. EGOT. So it's an Emmy. And what's an Emmy? Is that TV? TV something. I'm saying TV. And then a Grammy, and then an Oscar, and then a Tony. So an EGOT. So when you win something in all four categories, you get an EGOT. And it's a small group of people that can sit there and say, stick it up my butt. But they can't find a host for the Academy Awards show, the Oscars, because Kevin Hart said something. I think I just blew my own load here. I just talked about EGOTs and bad. Did I say bad stuff? Please tell me I didn't say bad stuff. I can't even remember 30 seconds from now. Do you know what an EGOT is? But I guess Tony, and I'm going to say Gary Hart. He's running for Congress. Kevin Hart, that's his name. He said a bunch of stuff on Twitter a long time ago, and now about gays and homosexuals and the LGBTYNBC community, and now he's not allowed to be on to host the Academy Award show. Really, honestly, Shelley, really, can we just get over the whole saying bad things about things? If you're a comedian, granted, if you say, I will not perform, here's the thing, I will not make a cake for a gay couple. That's one thing. But when you have a joke, it's for him to say anything about gay people in a humorous sense is no different than them saying about white people in a humorous sense. Oh, this is how white people talk. Hello, Mr. Smith, how are you? And then for the exact same thing, when black or white people talk about black, and they don't talk about black people, you know what I'm saying? But it's no different. So why do the gay lesbian community get special? I'm drawing things here on the pad of paper. Why do they get special treatment? They shouldn't. I want to be equal. I want to be equal. Okay, well, guess what? Jokes are going to be as equally as funny to you, or you're going to be equally put into the pool of jokes that we can pull from. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? I mean, black people, Chinese people, Spanish people, fat people, retarded people, slow people, ignorant people, politicians. I mean, that's a big old pot of political humor, social humor. People with 1 foot. You get in there, hey, hop on into bed. Get it? Because he's got 1 foot. It's funny. That's funny. You see what I'm saying? It's a big pot of funniness. So gay and lesbian, you want to be gay and lesbian? That's fine. Guess what? You're going in the pot. We're going to make fun of you. We're going to make fun of you because we love you. If we didn't make fun of you, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We love, and it's not fear. It's not hate. It's not, unless you go, you know why I hate gay people? Because gay people dress well. Well, that's not a hate. That's jealousy. That's something different. You know why I hate black people? Because black people get along with each other. I mean, they do. You know why I hate Chinese people? Because they get a lot of shit done. I don't know. I mean, these are jokes. I'm throwing them out there. You want me? I'll keep going. I can go right down the list. I got a whole list of here. I can say. Oh. So what I'm saying is, I'll host the Oscars. I'll do it. Who the hell's this guy? Who cares? Let's get him up there. I can move shit along. Let's go. Hey, I almost said Tammy Wynette. Why would Tammy Wynette be up there? Let's go. Jim Belushi. he won't be up there. He's probably sweeping the floor. Hey, Jim Belushi, finish sweeping the floor so we can continue on, get the confetti off the stage. Let's go. But, I mean, I could host the Oscars. That's what I want to do. And I don't know if I ruin my efforts to doing that. But I'll throw it's not till March. They got plenty of time. They can hear this right now and go, you know what? That guy's kind of right. He's kind of funny. He's kind of good looking. He's very good looking. He might need to, according to Facebook, I might need to drop a couple pounds or two, with their friggin' how did you age well. But, full head of hair, a little salt and pepper in my beard makes me look distinguished or distinguished. Anyone can lose a bunch of weight. Like I'm a big fat fuck. I can barely fit through the door when I get here to the studio. I can lose, anyone can lose, 10, 15, 20 pounds. Anyone can do that. It's the lifestyle that you choose and the comfortable life that you lead. So let's do it. Let's put Deacon up on the stage at the Oscars. You know what? Let's I gotta finish. That's the big thing. You gotta get a big hashtag. You gotta get damn space bargain. That's what you have to do. You have to get a big hashtag. You have to get something. You have to get a trending hashtag. So let's see. The hashtag, got to draw this out here. So let me make sure I got the right camera angle up here so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, if you're watching the camera, I've got my show beer in the center screen, and me behind me and me in front of me. So that's pretty exciting. All right, so hashtag. Hashtag Deacon. Let's see, Deacon Oscars. Oscars. They're not going to know what that is. Deacon. How about Oscar host Deacon? And they're going to go like, what the fuck is that? And that's OHD. OHD. Hashtag OHD. Hashtag OHD. That's probably something like Omelet House deliveries or so. I don't know. Oh, yeah. This little mom and pop shop where we will deliver to your house an omelet and splickety split. And then, they sunk all their life savings in this. And then, of course, I come up with, Oscar host Deacon, hashtag OHD. And that's their hashtag at the omelet house delivers. And they're like going, holy shit, we're so fucking busy. Martha, squeeze out a couple more eggs out of those chickens so we can deliver to the houses, because that's our business plan that we have. All right, well, I know I'm getting out of control here. So, I could host the Oscars, and who best to have someone? Christ, they put no-name people in movies. They put a lot of no-name people in movies, and these people, especially Netflix will sink a whole bunch of money. You know what? Netflix should probably be the producers. They're doing everything else correctly. They've got all these different shows that are coming out. They're sinking a lot of money into that, and they're doing great. They're batting about 85% as far as, Netflix originals. Why don't you put Netflix in charge? The Oscars or the Academy Awards, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Academy Awards host or brought to you by Netflix. Now, then they go, well, Netflix, it's got a lot of talent in the ball field. I don't want to see all the Netflix people show up on stage winning awards. Well, you know what? Maybe they should. And then they can take out a lot of the money that, the theaters and all that stuff that they dump into the theaters, and no one wants to pay, $19 for a goddamn bucket of popcorn. Hold on. And, it costs too much. I say it costs too much. I don't want to. Can I finish a sentence? I don't want to drive to the movie theater. The movie theater experience is lost. So we need to have either a secondary streaming Oscar award show, or we just need to combine the two, and then all the people, I hate to say Tom Hanks and Tom Cruise need to suck it up and find out what their audience is, because it's theater-wise and compared to Netflix-wise and Hulu's got a bunch of stuff. They're sinking a bunch of money. They've actually seen their membership double this last year from I think it was 12 million to up to almost 30 million this year. People are cutting the cord. People don't want to pay for cable subscription. They don't want to go out to the movies for the most part, especially what's a Movie Pass. That's who screwed it all up. Movie Pass. Anyways, so I want to host the Oscars. I'm putting my hand hashtag Omelet. Hold on, I gotta write this down. Hashtag Omelet House Delivery. Omelet House Delivery. House Delivery. All right, and which means actually, Oscar host and then my name, Deacon. So. That'll be funny, right? You get me in there. You know what? What do they pay Billy Crystal to do the Academy Awards, fucking Oscars, whatever they call it? What, they pay him what? Let's say $12 million. Let's say $12 million to do that. Discount right here. This guy, I will do it right now. I will say every joke that your producers and your writers have. I will do every joke. I'll keyword. I'll do all the stuff. I will walk up there with a Pepsi Cola jacket on if that's your sponsor. I don't care. You just want to keep that ball rolling. You want to keep the ball moving. You want to keep the show going. All right, and next coming up, giving the award for Best Entertainer and blah, 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 and a male-on-male nude action movie. I don't know. Maybe I'm not hosting the right award show. Anyways, so you just kind of, finger to the side and, stage right and finger to stage left. And that's all they want. That's all they want to do is just get some guy up there who's somewhat presentable, has a nice smile. Thank you. And they can do it and just keep that ball moving and keep their attention. It's 5 minutes. 5 minutes in between. I can hold you for 5 minutes. You've listened to this for at least the last, 30 minutes. I hope I held your attention. If I have, let's do hashtag Oscar host Deacon. How about that? So stick around. I'm going to talk about some movies that I've been watching on Netflix. I will give you my review. You're listening to DeaconLive right here on Private Radio. Comes right here at the station. And and all our Patreon fans, something that I learned on Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, basically it's all the behind the scenes stuff that we do here. And you're like, well, how exciting is that? Well, there's a lot of audio. There's a lot of comic strips or comic segments that we do here on DeaconLive. A lot of it's bad calls. There's a lot of deep conversations that we have. It's as little as $1 a month. $1 a month, you get access to all that. And then I think the next tier, you get all the video that we have, the behind the scenes stuff. The normal video for the podcast is free on our YouTube channel. But there's stuff that happens behind the scenes, conversations here or, this is going on. One thing that I learned, excuse me while I go through puberty. One thing that I learned on Patreon is a lot of people want to see the actual editing process of what goes on once this podcast is done, which we'll wrap this up here in the next, 30 minutes, how everything is done editing wise. And I was like going, you know what, that's to me, it's boring. I mean, I say this to me, it's an art form. it's not boring. I think it's boring to other people. My wife can't stand it because you know why? She always says, I listen to the same clip in a 10-second span 14 times because you click it and you trim a little bit out and you move this, you move that, and you hear the same clip over and 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 over again. And she can't stand it. She's like, when you edit, I gotta leave. But for me, it's an art form because you're trying to keep the same feel. It's like in the movies, the Academy Awards, the Oscars. There's a reason why they give out an Oscar for editing. You're trying to keep the same feel of the podcast throughout the whole entire. Well, I try to keep the same feel of the podcast and keep it moving, keep it interesting throughout the whole entire podcast, which is it's an art form, for lack of a better term. So I'm going to try something on this podcast here. I'm going to try. Well, I'm not going to try. I do it all the time. I just never post it on Patreon. So if you're interested, I'm going to do the first one for free. All you have to do is sign up to Patreon. I'm going to put what actually happens when I have to edit, and you'll see basically what I'm looking at. Hold on, let me make sure I'm on the right screen here. Let's see, main news. So what you're seeing right here on the main screen is what I'm looking at on a daily basis during the podcast. I got to make sure the levels are up and down. I'm going to make sure everything's clicking right. And so when I do the editing, I'm going to make sure that this screen is up for all our new subscribers on Patreon. Patreon is free to sign up for, and there's a lot of free stuff on Patreon that you can see. And then, of course, like if you want to get deeper involved and support the show, it's $1 a month, or I think it's as little as $5 a month, depending on what level you want to get into. So we were talking about the Oscars. So hashtag olive. We can do that one too. Hashtag OHD. So you can do Omelet house delivery. I'm going to mess up someone else who has olive. Let's see. OHD. Olive horror. Olive horror. I don't know. Dungeon. I know. I'm getting really morbid and stuff. Olive horror. So there's a horror dungeon out there that's going to get a whole lot of hashtags and stuff. So hashtag OHD. Which is Oscar host and the Deacon, or whatever kind of hashtag you want to put with it. I like the Alma house delivery because I think that's funny. I just imagine this old couple going, "Holy shit, we're fucking busy." So last segment of the show. Got my show beer. Hold on. Hear that? And pour. Everyone can see it. Nice head of beer on there. I know that podcasts do this all the time. I'm being cliche. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut that out because that's stupid. So, Netflix. Netflix should host or produce or run the whole entire Academy Awards or throw something in it. I mean, Donald Trump did the whole Miss America, not Miss Universe. He owned that for a while, and he basically picked and chose who he wanted to be on the main stage. You know what I like to pick and choose? I like to pick and choose my movies. And there's a movie out. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Black Mirror series. It's kind of like Twilight Zone. If you guys remember, you kids out there remember the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone was, for its time was cutting edge. And then you had what was the other one? We control the vertical. We control the horizon, the horizontal. It was, I forget what it was called. You guys know what it is out there. Call me at 407-448, or text me actually at 407-448-8800. What it was, I forget what it was called. But Black Mirror is a, I want to say it's British. It's a British TV show, and they've taken it a little bit forward more, a little bit further. And Black Mirror is the way they got the name of the show is, when your flat screen is cut off, it's a black mirror. It's you getting up and getting out of the, the room, whatever room that you're watching a flat screen in. But this, they've actually created a movie now, and it's called Bandersnatch, Bander Snatch. And it's one of those, I try to explain this to some of the people at work. You ever see... Now, bear with me. I'm dealing with a lower brow of people. Oh, God. Half of them listen to the show. Sorry, guys, but you're idiots. You ever seen the books that have, you always see, like, remember in high school? I know, let's finish the sentence, Trev. You ever seen in high school, even junior high, kid would read a book and he'd be on, like, page 30. And all of a sudden, he'd close the book and thumb through it and go to page 100. And then he'd close the book and then go to page, like, 200. And then he'd close the book and thumb through back to page 30 again. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's like one of those where you choose your path, and if you choose this, go to page 100. Or choose your path if you want, do you want to open the door or leave the door closed? If you open the door, go to page 50. And then you read page 50, and then the outcome, and the story continues. And it's kind of that thing. But this is a guy. It's set in the 1980s when, like, arcade games, Atari, they never say Atari, but the Atari games, the home console was just coming out, speaking of PlayStation 4. This guy creates this game called Bandersnatch based on a book. I don't know if it's real or not. I didn't really do my research on this, so bear with me. But this guy, but the great thing is about this, here it is you actually sit there with your remote in your hand. I know. How do you do that? And you decide whether he has Fruit Loops in the morning or he has, Corn Puffs. Does he listen to Thompson Twins or does he listen to Spandau Ballet? And then you click on these different things, and all these affect the movie itself. So here's the trailer. So
Keep having these vivid dreams, like thinking weird things.
What sorts of things?
We're gonna be a hit factory, like Motown, but for computer games. You heard it here first.
Bandersnatch. It's an adventure game based on the book. Jerome F. Davies was a genius.
See that bloke who went cuckoo and cut his wife's head off?
When it's a concept piece, a bit of madness is what you need.
You're not hearing voices or...
No voices, but there is something.
So he's been put in charge. And he's supposed to do all this computer programming at home by himself. And they want the game, when's the game coming out? When's the game coming out? When, the deeper he dives into this game, the more choices that we as the viewer make on the game. And he starts freaking out that, all this stuff's going on.
It lets you see the bigger picture.
Stefan, you're worrying me. Leave Stefan out of this.
Stefan. Your fate has been dictated.
And you make all the choices in the movie that leads to his demise. Now, some of the choices I made, it took me, it says an hour and 30 minutes, 90 minutes to watch, and I think it took me 2.5 hours because I choose this and I choose that, and I'm like going, I'm kind of demonic or whatever, not demonic, but just kind of weird. I choose jump off the ledge or don't jump off the ledge, or kill your dad or don't kill your dad, or kill this or kill that, or destroy this and beat up this, and I did all the negative stuff. And of course I did the negative stuff, I did the good stuff, and it would get to a certain point and it would stop, and then it would go, there'd be a news report going, well, according to, blah, 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 tell me what happened. And it's like, well, the guy who did this and blah, blah, blah. I'm not giving away the movie, but just be careful what you choose. If you want to choose everything, that's fine. There's so many different paths that you can take. And when you're done with the whole movie, they actually show you all the stuff at the end of the movie of the choices you did not make and what happens. And that's a Bandersnatch. Bandersmash sounds funnier. But it's funny. It's interactive. So I watched that. It was fun. It was a fun. Believe me, don't have your wife or anyone that doesn't understand this type of stuff watch it with you, because just watch it by yourself. It's just easier. You can get through it a lot faster. And that's that's my advice for watching the movie. Just watch it by yourself. If you got 2 hours to kill. Excuse me. That's what you can watch. Another movie a new series that's coming out. Now, I've watched. I kind of, I'm sure a lot of people out there, because we're getting in the eras of people watching whole seasons, and they're getting caught up on a lot of stuff and missing seasons. Like, I've never watched The Office before. What? I know. I've never watched The Office before. And then I heard, people, because it's now on Netflix and it's now on Hulu or wherever it's at now, and you can watch the whole entire thing, the whole entire 9 seasons, and not be interrupted. And you can watch it, and it's funny. It's funny. You're having a good time. And now you know all the jokes that everyone's saying. So one of the movies one of the series that I missed, because one, I think it was on like an HBO or one of those premium channels when cable, fucking cable, was out. It was Dexter. Dexter. Everyone was talking, have you seen the new Dexter? Have you seen it? No. You know why? I'm not paying $38 extra on my damn cable bill to watch shit. Old movies that aren't around anymore. Oh my God. I think I just said what Netflix started out with. But then they released Dexter on Netflix, the whole entire season, from start, first kill to last kill. And I watched Dexter. It was, guilty pleasure. And then it went away. And then for those of you who like the Dexter program or like the Dexter series, that was a good void. That was a good, you didn't know you could go into that world. And then you were left with this void. And then Breaking Bad came out. Remember that? Breaking Bad kind of filled that angst when you're watching the show. You're watching the, what's going to happen next, and you're thinking it's going this way. All of a sudden, someone pulls out a gun and shoots the guy in the head. Sons of Anarchy were the same way. Well, those shows have come and gone. And now people are left with this angst. They want to have that twist, that turn that those shows gave you on a daily, seasonal episode basis. I found a new one. Started watching this, and I want you to hear it. It mostly leans towards the Dexter role, but again, this is a Netflix original, so they've thrown a shit ton of money at it. They don't have to worry about outside sponsors, outside anything like that. So they can get away with a little darker, a little bit more morbid or uneasy, unsettling themes. And this is a new one that's out. And it's called You. Y-O-U. You. So here we go.
I believe in love at first sight.
No real words?
Only fake ones.
Everything ship. I love that.
It's so easy, so right. This is how our story goes, Beck.
I think I might really like him. Too much?
So this starts out with a guy who works at a bookstore. He's worked at a bookstore his whole entire life. I think his grandfather owns a bookstore, and this girl comes in and has picks out a book, and they lock eyes. He falls in love with her. She could care less about him. He's interesting, he's cute, but he's real to her, but doesn't really give him the time of day. So
it's perfect. If I just keep being the perfect boyfriend, you'll realize I'm not a maybe. I'm the one. Love is tricky. Can we get real for a second? You have questionable taste in friends. A guy needs to protect himself.
She's lucky she has me. Beck rarely knows what's best for her.
So the friends don't like him.
It scares me to love someone so completely and not have them love you back. I need to know who you really are.
And here's the weirdest part. I'd say the weirdest part, but it's the evolution of what we have is, I was talking about, social networks and doing the whole, you've aged in 10 years and the Facebook thing is this whole thing is a social network stalking. And I don't want to say it gives you ideas, but it shows you how easily it is to, look to see who you talk to, who you relate to, who you deal with on a daily basis. Because when you post all your stuff on Instagram, Facebook, by the way, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff. We don't stalk, believe me. But this is what happens when you're that socialite, a socialite butterfly or social butterfly. What is that? A Leo? I think a Leo is a social butterfly. And then these people, good or bad, I don't know. But this is what happens.
I've read people wrong in the past.
Are you following me?
I'm on to you.
I won't let it get in the way of us.
I think you were hiding something.
You're being crazy.
Honestly, you're lucky to have me. Every relationship has its obstacles to overcome, right?
You. So that's the newest edition on Netflix, and I'm telling you, next to the Bird Box, and the Bird Box was its own was its own demon. People were making fun of the Bird Box and the whole blind thing, but this is called You. And I think, because I've watched the first episode, the other night. My wife's like going, "What are you watching?" I go, nothing, just kind of doing research. And, this kind of looks good. I go, well, I didn't tell her anything about it. And then I kind of stopped. I had to let dogs out and do all that stuff. So I kind of stopped it in the middle because I don't want it to be interrupted. I just want to, I don't want to have to sit there and explain everything. If she likes it, then she can watch the first season, how that goes. But it kind of fills that whole Dexter void. That whole, he's a nice, everyone loved Dexter. Everyone loved him. Loved Dexter, but he had this urge to kill. Now, on the same thing of this, I'm not going to give out anything as far as spoilers for You, but he is he's madly in love with this woman, and you kind of feel for him later on in the series after reading reviews and whatnot. That's one. So yeah, it's called You. You make me feel like a natural woman. So what did we learn today? We learned to post your stuff on Facebook, whether you're young or old. It should be, how did Facebook destroy you? That's what I want to say. How did Facebook destroy you in 10 years or less? Because a lot of people don't have the 10-year thing. They should have, locked up bars or, dead, or your new girlfriend, or whatever. I was married here, now I'm divorced, and now it's complicated and all that stuff. And then it's just, how did Facebook destroy you in 10 years or less? That's what it should be called. So you're listening to Deacon Live. Give us a call at the station anytime. Make sure you follow us on our podcast. You can type in your podcast catchers, iTunes, Google Play, all that stuff. You can type in Deacon Live, all one word. Deacon Live, and you'll catch it on your podcast catchers. I think I looked it up the other day. We're on like 50 of them. Some I didn't even know we signed up for, but they kind of spider out from like Stitcher and TuneIns and all those other different podcatchers. So you just type in, you can actually go to Google and just type in Deacon Live, all one word, and you'll see all the different podcast catchers. So if you got one of those, or you just want to listen live on your laptop or tablet, my wife's brand new tablet that I got her. So you can do that. Make sure you follow us on the Facebook page. That's the best way to get all the update information. Instagram, Twitter. Twitter's kind of fading out. We just kind of post the videos that we do on Twitter for those of who care. I don't care. That's all right. And make sure the biggest thing is Patreon. Patreon is where you're going to get the most bang for your buck for the show. Like I said, it's as little as as little as $1 a month, and I don't think it escalates more than $5 a month. And you can see all the live video, the funny comic bits that we produce here in our little studio here in Marshville, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. And also, we do, what else we do? We do, what was I going to say? I forget what I was going to say. I'll remember it next week, and then I'll let you know, probably on one of the Patreons. So, on behalf of everyone, I appreciate everyone for listening to us and bearing with us for this podcast. My name is the Deacon, saying good night and good night. Thanks, guys. See you soon.
No. Wait.
stop the video and then we'll do
The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.